everything about startup was crazy. I mean, it was equipment delays and things not working right, and it was just like, it was like literally like drinking from a fire hose. I mean, every day was. I look back at my notes even from like fermentation distillation. They were like just chicken scratch. It was like I was writing so fast, you could just get to the next thing, get to the next thing, get the thing. So it was like, I remember taking a picture of it, but that's kind of about it because there were so many other things to do. It's just like, okay, all right, next on the next thing. And it was just, it's just part of getting this up and running and getting started. It was just like, it was a huge lift to get it going.
We hit 100 and felt like this huge deal, and we took pictures and we were so excited, and we couldn't even fathom when we would get to 1,000, because we thought 700 was going to be like the biggest deal ever, and we got to that in like a year, and it felt so incredible.
It's fun to actually stop for a minute and kind of take it in. We're a year and a half into it, and there's still a lot of that drinking from a fire hose. Just the way our production process is, it's not automated by any means. I mean, this is all very much hand done. And like, our fermentations are semi-wild, and so it's never. There's a lot of kind of like bumper building, where you're like trying to guide things down to get it to go in a direction. So it's a lot of like hands-on work to keep it going. And so like there's so much. We're not in power plant by any means, Like I love what we're making, and we're making some really great stuff. But it's it's not like we've hit the cruise control by any means. We're still learning every day. One of the things I think is really cool that I'm learning, being a new distiller, is seeing the changes that are happening in the barrel as it's aging, and how the temperature swings and changes of the seasons dramatically impact how the flavor is when you're taking a sample. And there's times like now where it's late spring, kind of beginning of summer, things are starting to warm up, and it seems like the barrels are just like opening back up again after kind of this winter slumber. That bright kind of fruit, candy spice character that we haven't quite figured out how to describe yet is just like starting to really showcase itself in the spirit and the bourbon, and it's got this wonderful velvety sweet character to it with the wheat adding this like nice creamy softness to it. It's really coming into its own, and I think looking back, a lot of the change, decisions we made on trying to do things a certain way and taking a different approach in how we make our bourbon have really paid off, we feel, in the product as it is even right now. And we're excited for another season, another hot summer season, just to see it kind of polish off, finish in the barrel. We'll start proofing down in the barrel as well. That's another thing we're going to do where because we're using Minnesota oak and it has that really high vanillin content, proofing down on the barrel is going to, more water is going to allow more of that vanilla character to really showcase inside our bourbon as we get closer to bottling strength. So that'll be interesting, another one to see, if another hot summer, and then that slow proofing down, extracting more of that vanilla character to really round out and finalize the bourbon as we get ready for release at the end of the year. We're really excited. Black Friday this year, November 29th, day of Thanksgiving. That's when we're going to release our bourbon here at the distillery. So it's something we've had on the calendar for a long time now. We're excited, and we're looking forward to that day finally happening this year.
Do it.